You guys asked for it, so I'm doing it. It's an update on Nugs. I did a stock review of NUGS 5 months ago. There wasn't a lot of information at that time. A lot of you requested that video, and now you guys wanted me to do an update because it has made a move here recently. So we're going to do it. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. So let's get into it. So we got the max chart pulled up here. And from that last video, I said that this downtrend on this chart is not pretty. Alright, and it's still in this downtrend. Right? So the downtrend's like this on the max chart. But it has gotten some attention the last couple of days. We're going to flip this to a daily chart, 1 year daily chart, so we can see the move that has happened. So, oh boy. How about that? So this thing is ripped from 7 cents all the way up to 44 cents in a span of 4 days. Really nice rip, big volume. Look at this, 15 million there, 10 million there, 5 million that day, and then about 12 million today when it went on this massive run. Very nice run. But why did it break out? It couldn't have been just because of that. It is above all indicators. It broke the 200 day, which was very strong resistance. It hadn't been over the 200 day in a year. Hadn't even been close to it until now and broke over it. So I would say it's bullish now. So that's a good thing. Cannabis Strategic Venture reports 6.4 million in sales for 3 months ended September 30th, up nearly 100% quarter over quarter. And then you can see here their data featured robust growth and broad expansion and positioning within the rapidly growing California cannabis market. And of course there's going to be a lot of competition in that market because that market's been around for a while. They booked over 6.4 million in total sales, which compares with 3.3 million in total sales during the 3 months ended in June. So they went from 3 million that quarter to 6 million the next quarter. I would assume probably the next quarter will be higher at the way we're looking at it. So it's a sequential quarterly increase of over 90% and year over year increase of 800% compared to 2019. So big numbers, and that's what I like to see. So before there was some good PR like this, but not quite this good. This is really good PR. They're really making some nice money. And then let's see what the CEO here says. We saw a terrific quarter come to end in September, but we are already turning our attention to expanding and executing in the months and quarters ahead. And that is Simon Yu, CEO. Our 5 million 2020 annual revenue guidance has been left in the dust at this point. We're now seeing total sales accelerate toward a significantly higher mark as we continue to improve product quality, market reach, and execution. Management notes that performance data trends in place for the company reflect a combination of better product quality, better distribution relationships, and better pricing coming together in a favorable environment with multiple tailwinds. And the company continues to prioritize expansion, that's nice, of production and distribution, as well as product refinement. Management believes that the rapid year-to-date growth in sales, in particular, has been driven by improved market position and product quality following the company's investments in improved cultivation standards, pre-harvest production yield, and total production capacity during a period when many competitors were downsizing early this year. That is kind of true. With COVID, there was a lot of different companies downsizing in 2021. A couple of those was like Aurora Cannabis, Canopy Grove, some other ones. And it created an undersupplied marketplace, represented an important opportunity for Cannabis Strategic Ventures. So let's see what else he's got to say here. We hit the gas pedal when everyone else was hitting the brake earlier this year, including on the execution side, which led to better produce quality, which in turn has led to higher pricing in the markets for our cannabis production on a per unit volume basis. That trend continues to dovetail with a very positive trend in rising production capacity. In the process, we've nailed into place a growing footprint of strong distribution relationships by being a reliable source of high-quality products in an unpredictable context for end-market retailers. And they have a Twitter and a Facebook and an Instagram, so you can probably get news from there as well. But very nice recent earnings report. Let's go and see if Yahoo Finance has anything else on this. Alright, so we're on Yahoo Finance. Let's see if these statistics have changed any from the last time that I looked at it. We got negative profit margin, negative operating margin. Do have the $6 million in revenue, which before I don't think that was showing that much revenue. Total cash, they got $500,000. Total debt, $22 million. And a negative operating cash flow. Not a big fan of that. You can see there's not a whole lot of other statistics on it. So it is a young company. So they're starting out. They've had some explosive growth lately, and traders have paid attention, and investors have paid attention, and we got this big rip. I personally would not want to buy way up here at the top of this run because it could come back down very easily. Your bottom support's going to be that 13-cent line because you don't really have anything else unless we go to the max chart. Let's go to the max chart and see. So actually 25 cents may hold up as some support. It held up as a little support right through there and held up as resistance back here. So if you draw that line, let's see where it's 25. Yeah, draw that line right there across at 25 cents. That probably would be a decent buy area. It is going to run into the 200-day if it keeps ripping at 54 cents. So there's not a lot of room ahead of it unless it can break over that. See, there is a little resistance at 48 cents. Draw that line right across there. You can see this candle bounced off of that line, and then these candles here hit it a couple of times before it sold off. You got a little bit of resistance ahead. That's where it's kind of getting hung up at. And then if it does break that 50 cents, I would say it's got room up to $1 pretty easily at that point. As you can see, there's no more support or resistance really until about 95 cents or $1. And if it breaks over $1, that would be pretty impressive. But you are running into some resistance. It did break the 100-day. It's ran into that today, that 42 cents. And then if it breaks that, it's going to run into 54 cents. So a lot of resistance in this area for it to break over. Now my thoughts are, is the action on this stock happening because all the pot stocks are running, or is this actually a decent investment? Because that's what you got to look at. We have all types of different pot stocks running. You look at Cron, it's way up. Aurora, you can see, has popped up some. This is one of the ETFs. It's way up. So it's not like Nugs is running by itself. It's running with all the rest of the pot stocks. If you got in there down in this 8 or 10 cent area and you've been holding for a while, you definitely probably want to lock out some of your profit after this big massive run today up to 44 cents. This is a very big candle for this small of a stock. So I would expect a pullback tomorrow after this big of a run. There's going to be people locking in profits, I would think. But it's hard to say. You never know. If pot stocks keep running, I would say Nugs will probably keep running right along with the rest of them. As a long-term investment, you still got to do more research. It seems like a lot of you like this play, and congratulations to the ones who got in this early and stuck to their guns and did their own due diligence. I'm glad to see it's paying off for you. But just be smart on this play because it is a new company. It is in the OTC, so they're less regulated. Just got to be careful and be smart. Could keep running, could sell off. But overall, I think with all the pot stocks running, this one will continue after maybe a little bull flag or something like that this week in this 40-cent area. But we'll see what happens tomorrow with it. But that's pretty much all I got for now. Appreciate you guys suggesting the update. Hope this video helped you out somewhat. I'm your host, Ben. You've been watching Framework Fortune.